Rise and shine, great grand rising, wherever you're tuning in from. Come on in. Welcome to Spiritual Success TV Live. We are in our early morning empowerment segment, and today we're going to take a good look at how to detect unresolved subconscious programming that's causing inner conflicts. And of course, we're in our fifth dimension of gratitude, so we're going to keep diving deep. So with that being said, beloved, let's activate the success mind, and we're going to do that by sitting with good posture. And I'm just going to throw a comment up on the Facebook side, make sure that we're broadcasting over there. There we go, we are here. And I'm just going to put a happy Monday. Another week, y'all, already. All right, so let's sit with feet flat, back straight, hand on heart. Oh, excuse me. Something's caught in my earring. Okay, hand on heart, hand on core. Let's get ready to go. Sit with your feet flat. Take a good healing deep breath in and exhale. Relax. Come on. Pull everything down from the crown of the head, skin over scalp. Relax. It pulls the eyes and the cheeks down. Allow the tongue in your mouth to relax. Drop your shoulders down from your ear. Relax those arms, the fingers, the torso, the core, your thighs, your leg, your feet, your toes. We feel the chair we're sitting in. We're anchored. We're grounded. We are here. Deep breath in. Exhale slowly and fully through the mouth. Let's turn the focus inward to the rich inner life. Always, 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 we tap in. Always. We relax. We rest. One more for the power of 3. Healing deep breath in and exhale. High frequency February. We're still here. We have about a good 4 more solid days in this month to raise the vibration to higher frequency. We're tapping into the 5th dimension. We'll pick that up as we go on this week. And it's all about, in this 5th dimension, is the gratitude for your business, your calling, your commissions, your spiritual assignments, being deeply, deeply grateful, all right? So let's look at now how to detect unresolved subconscious programming that's causing inner conflict. Where I want to go with this today is I want us to start tapping on the door of that most prolific, that most profound subconscious programming that's on autopilot in your life, that you know is there. You operate with it, I would dare to say probably 75 to 80% of the year you're operating with this subconscious programming, but it's not quite taking you in the direction that you truly want to go in, all right? And so many times we cannot detect this because it's on autopilot and it's so much a part of who we are. So when we have these unresolved, and I'm looking at y'all notes, programming in a conflict, why does this lower the frequency? Because deeply embedded subconscious beliefs, often formed in childhood, that are rooted in fear, lack, and unworthiness, can subtly, this is what I want to get to, this subtle movement of dictating your actions, dictating your emotions, and keeping you in a lower vibrational state. Now, being consciously aware of how you're operating is going to go a long way in assisting you in being able to detect these inner conflicts. Great grand rising, give me a grand rising, let me know you're here. And let's be very interactive. That helps the algorithm, okay? So again, unresolved subconscious program that's causing inner conflict. And we want to get to this because we want to get to the deeply embedded subconscious belief. Grand Rising, Jewel. Thanks for joining us live. Right? These unconscious, deeply embedded beliefs, many times they were formed in your childhood, right? And so they're rooted in either fear of something, lack of something, unworthiness. It could be all of the above, right? But they can subtly dictate your actions and your movement. So, I've done many posts. I've probably done lives and entitled, Who's Calling the Shots in Your Life? Right? Who's calling the shots? What is the programming that you're running all that's guiding your actions? And so, particularly as you take more trips around the sun, which we call aging, but as you take more trips around the sun, it doesn't mean that we have to age or we have to age badly. I want you to put that in your notes. You don't have to age badly. You can age gracefully. And you can get stronger and you can get better as you go. We don't have to buy into the narrative that because we're taking trips around the sun annually, that we're breaking down and we're deteriorating. We could see that in this physical realm, but we are always tapped into the interdimensional realm, the higher self, the God self. That doesn't age, beloved. That doesn't get old, and we want to live out of that more. So these embedded subconscious beliefs and programs that's calling the shots in your life, these are some of the signs that you know you're running on subconscious programming. And the big one that we all know that we don't hear too much about anymore, but it was very popular in the 90s, early 2000s, and that's self-sabotage. Setting yourself up for failure, setting yourself up to miss opportunities. And many times this self-sabotage is unconscious. But we want to become so consciously aware and then come up with workable, adaptable, and workable steps for yourself where we could start transmuting and transforming these beliefs so that we make changes. I'm doing it myself. Today, I'm going to start a brand new belief inspection and transformation. Call it a bit. Belief inspection and transformation. Because I've recognized I've been watching myself over, I guess, let's say since 25 came in January. I've been just consciously and quietly observing myself, looking at my movements, looking at what I'm doing, looking at the actions I'm taking, the actions I'm not taking. And again, this is why celebration is so important, because if you're not celebrating, when you start detecting the movements and the actions that's not quite lining up with what you want, the subconscious mind will lock onto that. And that's all you'll begin to think about is that, which will create more of that. So I'm quietly observing myself. And so for the last couple of weeks, I'm saying, okay, I need to get to a belief inspection transformation, right? I need to get to that because I'm sensing something here. I'm looking at something. I'm seeing something at play. And so what I'm looking at as well with myself is that I'm looking at, is there any anxiety? Because I never thought I was a person that, had anxiety or was overly anxious. But I'm taking a look at that because that can be something subtle that's working that you don't even realize it's working. So I'm taking a look at that. But when we do the belief inspection and transformation, I know that there's something running on autopilot that I need to get to. So when you have a belief that's running on autopilot, especially if it's deeply embedded, as we mentioned earlier, many times you can't even access it with your conscious mind. You can get a glimpse of it, but you can't examine it. You can't get it's like a slippery, like if you have some slippery slime, it's like you can see it, and the minute you go to grab for it, it's like it just turns into slippery slime. And then when you look, you don't have the focus for it. So these are the things that we want to really grab a hold to, because it shows up in self-sabotage, right? And repeated negative cycles. Can you put that in your note? Repeated negative cycles. And so there's something there. There's something deep in the subconscious. There's a belief, there's a fear, there's an unworthiness, there's a worry, there's a challenge. But I want us to just really come in right now and take a breath. And I want you to relax. And just rest. Just rest. And this is going to allow us to dig deeper. So the self-sabotage. What is self-sabotage? You miss opportunities. You're going in a good direction. And then for no reason, you'll just decide, I'm going to quit. I'm going to stop. I'm not going to go any further with this. You'll make up an excuse about why you can't, or why you shouldn't, or why it's time to give up, why it's time to quit. Right? Negative, repeated negative cycles keep going around, the cycles, and this is where addiction kicks in, because then these negative cycles become addictive. They become a habit. And so we don't even have time today, and I've done many videos on this. You could check it in Spiritual Success TV here on YouTube, right? I've done countless videos on this about what happens when addiction is on board and what's happening biologically or biochemically in the body, because everything gets connected. Everything gets connected. And so a lot of the subconscious program is working in conjunction with what's living in the gut area. You know, the gut has a brain. We talked about that. And that's sending signals up to the body, up to the brain, up to the mind. All right. So these repeated negative cycles, number 2. Number 3, procrastination. Now, I heard the renowned Eric Thomas say this at one point, and I agree with it. Procrastination is the result of perfectionism, comparison. You've heard me speak about this many times. That will start you to procrastinate. And Dr. Eric Thomas said that there's no such thing as procrastination. I even reposted his post a couple of years ago, that you procrastinate because something's not important enough to you. And that's true. That's true on one hand. You say you forgot. You will not forget anything that's really important to you. I get it on that dimension. But there's a deeper dimension of procrastination that kicks in when you are comparing yourself, your imperfection of self, and then the self-judgment and criticism kicks in. That slows you down and causes you to procrastinate, because now you're doubting and you're not sure, right? So number 1, self-sabotage. These are the signs that there's something deeply embedded in the subconscious, and we want to get to how to root it out. Number 2, repeated negative cycles. Number 3, procrastination. Number 4, inner resistance to change. This is a big one. We're going to have to take time with this. These next 2, we're going to pick this up. These next 2 are important. This inner resistance to change and struggling with your self-worth will cause this inner conflict, because there's deep subconscious programming. And we're going to get to how to start flipping this over. For today, I want you to be observant. I want you to breathe, be consciously aware of what you're thinking, what you're feeling, the actions you're taking, and we'll go deeper into this tomorrow. Take a good healing deep breath in. Exhale. SSL is Mastery, 12 noon today. The link will go out about 8 o'clock. Join us today at 12 noon if you're in the Mastery as a private client. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Have a blessed, wonderful, and amazing rest of your day. Bye for now.